How's it going, YouTube? It's your resident Mistweaver Monk, LB Ninja 7, and before I get into all these changes coming in 10.1 to Mistweaver Monk, I do quickly want to shout out this over here, this monk that's level 13. I am doing a full level 0 to 70 guide, or playthrough, whatever you want to call it, over at my Twitch. It is the same name as my YouTube channel, and I will be posting them as videos. I have episode 1 recorded and ready to go, but I do want to say that levels 50 through 60, I'm pretty sure, I am leaving that up to you guys. How do you guys want me to level that? Don't make it too brutal, but post it down in the comments below and get your voting started, because I need some ideas for what to do on those levels. But let's go ahead and waste no more time and get into the changes for Mistweaver Monk. So we have them here on screen. I have not read them yet, so this will be the first time. But I saw that they had come this morning and wanted to get this out to you guys. So Monk. So Song of Chi-Ji has been moved to the clash tree on a choice node with Ring of Peace. Very cool. Ring of Peace is powerful, and I'm pretty sure all forms of content. And Song of Chi, putting things to sleep, it doesn't really come up as much as we would want it to. So this is the thing where you kind of shoot a Kamehameha, a little swirly blast of things that put things to sleep. But in PvE content, you know, you're just playing with other people and they're hitting it, so it's going to wake up. It's a good idea, but Ring of Peace kind of just does everything better. So, but it's cool to have that option still, but just to get it out of the way off of our tree. There's a lot of clutter in our tree. See my last video about how they could split Mistweaver and Fistweaver, but there's just a lot of clutter in our tree, and it would be nice to kind of get rid of some of these talents that are just taking up space. So now let's get into the purely Mistweaver stuff. So developers note, Ancient Teachings is a primary piece of Mistweaver's healing toolkit in Dragonflight. True, it still is, but its previous design was unreliable. Okay, so do they mean like Dragonflight or Shadowlands? So a single Rising Sun Kick's targeting could sometimes determine life or death for an ally. True, there's sometimes where like your mage is at 40% health, your tank is at 95% health, you Rising Sun Kick and the healing goes to the tank, the mage dies, and that is frustrating. That level of variance between results on healing out of your direct control, out of our control, true, wasn't healthy for the spec. I agree, and I've said this, so hopefully this means that they're listening. So our goal is to land somewhere in the middle. A single Rising Sun Kick likely shouldn't save an ally on its own. Okay. I disagree there. I thought it was very fun in Shadowlands to play around Rising Sun Kick. I thought that it doing so much healing and being noticeable being the key word. It was just noticeable when you press it. You would see an ally's health go up, and I thought that was fun. But it also shouldn't condemn them either. True, but that's just a targeting error. This new design is more dynamic and capable of handling a variety of healing profiles, and we feel will offer greater reliability for Mistweaver's consistent healing. We'll be monitoring feedback on the change as PTR. Okay, so already I'm nervous. Consistent healing it's not our weak point. Consistent healing, we've argued that we need our cooldowns to be a little stronger. But okay. Very curious, are they going to do, my idea was to, if our mouse was hovering over someone, that would direct the heals to them, so we could kind of target it as we're punching and kicking. Okay, so Ancient Teachings has been redesigned, completely redesigned, okay. After casting Essence Fire Fail and Stop, yeah, okay, so it sounds the same. Will heal up to 5 injured allies within 30 yards for 150% of the damage done. Split evenly among them. Okay, so it's going to do 30% of the damage done to all 5 allies. It's going to do 150% total, so it's still the same number of healing is going to be done. It's just going to do it for 30%. Okay, so Ancient Teachings is going to be actually more of a hot. It's going to feel like a hot. As long as we're punching and kicking, we're going to see 30% of that healing going up on everyone, which is very cool. The things that concern me about this: heals up to 5 injured allies. Okay, I hope it's not the case where it can heal pets, because it would be so frustrating if our Rising Sun Kicks and our Blackout Kicks will heal pets. I hate when it would do that, so hopefully it just heals like people. But so far, kind of cool. It's going to be a big change. It's going to be like, this will not make us that single target bursty healer with our Rising Sun Kicks and Blackout Kicks. basically coming in a Dragonflight, Blackout Kick has been completely redesigned, and since we get so many more of those all at once, it's kind of felt like a hot. We'll see like a bunch of people's health bars tick up, so this will kind of change Ancient Teachings all to do that, which is very cool. The only issue is I don't see Spinning Crane Kick here. I do not see Spinning Crane Kick. Now we know Spinning Crane Kick has a different number than the rest of these, but did they just forget to do it, or did they take it out? That is concerning to me. Okay, so Burst of Life no longer reduces the cooldown or effectiveness of Life Cocoon, and its healing is increased. Okay, so let's take a look at Burst of Life. I should have logged into my monk already. Sorry about that. But yeah, guys, go and follow my Twitch. It's the same name, LB Ninja 7. And I have been streaming that. I've only done one little streaming session last weekend. I've been very busy, but I kind of tend to do it on the weekends where I just stream, just hang out with you guys. And then the comments should be like some suggestions. Like I hope that you guys come up with some cool ways for me to level. Right now, let's see if I can pull it up. I have these. Well, let me put it on the screen. So this is how I'm leveling. So 0 to 10, I did Exile's Reach basic. Then I'm doing Mistweaver Dungeons at a low level to see if we can do it. And then Fistweaver to see if it can work. And then off spec, so I'm going to play as like Windwalker or Brewmaster, but as a healer. And then questing, I don't know, I'll try to find some fun quests if you guys have any suggestions there. And then viewer's choice, this is where you guys come in. I need some suggestions. How do you want to see me level for those 10 levels? And then we're going to revisit Fistweaver and then revisit Mistweaver. Okay, so my game is not loading, so I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, so we're finally in the game, and so we were looking at Burst of Life. So Burst of Life no longer reduces the cooldown or effectiveness of Life Cocoon, and its healing is increased. So let's look at that. That one is this one, I believe. Okay, so Life Cocoon's cooldown is reduced by 20 seconds, which was a good part, but they're taking that away. Its absorb amount was also reduced, so they're taking that away. Its effectiveness was just reduced. It's just you would get it more often. When Life Cocoon expires, it does a burst of healing. What do they say about the burst of healing? Healing is increased. Okay, so cool. Yeah, Life Cocoon is just not going to change. It's just it's going to pop. When the bubble pops, it's going to heal everyone. So that's, I mean, that's cool. I still don't know if that's going to have much effectiveness. I think that cooldown reduction was really good in PvP, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, that's kind of not going to affect us too much, I don't think. New talent, Chrysalis, reduces the cooldown of Life Cocoon by 45 seconds. Okay, so they would just transfer that. Located on a choice node with Burst of Life. Okay, so let's look at this one that's currently there. So this, I'm guessing, is going to go away. Each time Soothing Mist, you just increase that bubble. No, they're just making this to where the cooldown is reduced a lot, which makes more sense. I think it's going to feel more like most of the other choice nodes that are similar. So Chrysalis has been a staple honor talent for Mistweavers in PvP. Yeah, because I do take that when I would do my PvP video. Please don't watch it. I suck at PvP. We feel that this reliance, they put fill. We feel that this reliance on this talent has been indicated or indicative of Mistweaver's lack of external cooldowns. Okay, so this is just kind of bring that to PvE. Okay, I don't really think we need that, but okay, it's gonna be cool. Developers note, with the redesign of Ancient Teachings that is more focused on group-wide healing, we are adjusting Vivify's healing profile to slightly increase its spot healing. Great, because I was kind of worried about our spot healing because Rising Sun Kick was our spot healing, although we couldn't spot where the heal was going to go. But Vivify primary healing increased by 50%, which was 20%. They recently just changed that. So now they're just further buffing when we target someone with Vivify. It's going to do increased healing on that one person. This is great. This is honestly great. So far, this makes me more confident in the Ancient Teachings changes. So I am very excited about that, honestly. This kind of tied it all together for me. Except for that Spinning Crane Kick. They did not mention it. Maybe they just forgot because they put fill instead of feel. But so hopefully they just forgot. Okay, Invigorating Mist healing reduced by 12%. Okay, a nerf. Don't like a nerf. Invigorating Mist. If I were Invigorating Mist, where would I be? Oh, Lord. This video is about to become much longer while I look for this. It's not one of these. Invigorating Mist. Where is Invigorating Mist? Oh, we might have to cut it, guys. I gotta cut. I have. Maybe I just don't play with it. Do I not play with this? Okay, I'll see you guys in just a second while I look for this. Guys, I found it. Oh no. Okay, so its healing is going to be reduced by 12%. So like 1/8 of its healing is going to be gone basically. Vivify heals all allies with your Renewing Mist active. Okay, so this is the cleave from Vivify when we have Renewing Mist on people. Honestly, it's fine. We're going to be cleaving with Ancient Teachings more. So they're really trying to make us. They're trying to kind of transfer some of that cleave healing into just funneling into one person. But it's still going to cleave. Still going to cleave. It's just not going to be as good of a cleave. As you guys know, or probably know, if you're still rating at this point in the tier, the cleave from Vivify was it was pumping. It was pumping in raid. So this will kind of be a little slight nerf to raid healing. Only slight. I do think, now that I've thought about it more, that Ancient Teachings change will buff the raid healing, because you have 20 people to heal. Everyone gets knocked down to 10 by 10% health, so they're all at 90% health. You Rising Sun Kick, it would heal one person for it would overheal them for a lot. But now it's gonna put a hot basically, or heal 5 people for like 30% of the damage. So it's gonna be a buff there, I think. But this Vivify cleave will be a slight nerf to the raid healing. Won't be too bad for Mythic Plus. So let's get back to it. There are a lot of changes. I like this. So that was a nerf. That's fine. It sounds like just a base nerf if you put it alone. That's kind of how I was saying it. But it's just refocusing, redistributing where the healing is going to come from. Calming Coalescence talent has been removed. Do I have to look for another talent? Have I never played this talent? Calming Coalescence, is that this one? Yeah, so they just replaced this one with that reduction. Song of Chi has been reduced because they're moving it. So what's going to replace it? Or is it just being removed? So right now, Song of Chi is right here. Are they just going to remove it? I do think it, Healing Elixir is just, you never take it. So like this little 2-point thing here, you never take it. So if they just completely remove it, that's actually fine, because you don't need to branch into Healing Elixir. No one is taking that talent. Very bad talent. So Revival and Restoral will now properly override each other on the action bar when swapping. That's great, because sometimes you would you'd be like, okay, for this fight I'll need Restoral, so you'll swap to Restoral, and then you'll start the fight, and then you'll be pressing your Revival Restoral button, and you'd be like, oh my god, I forgot to put it on my action bar, I forgot to swap over, and then so it looks like this is the same thing for Yu'lon and Chi-Ji. Now properly override each other. And this was great. I mean, I've had some videos on my channel where I'll start a Mythic Plus key, and I'll be trying out Yu'lon, and I'll start the key and I'll press Yu'lon. I'm like, why is nothing happening? And it's because I still had Chi-Ji put on that button. So this is great. I mean, these are just quality of life improvements that me, especially as like a small, very small content creator, it just makes my life easier, honestly. But overall, these are very interesting. I'm going to assume that they just did not mention Spinning Crane Kick and act like they're not taking that off of the buttons. And I'm going to say, honestly, I truly do really like these changes. I think they put in a lot of effort to try to find a way to fix that. And I'm guessing that the whole mouse targeting just felt like overcomplicated, because I was worried about that if they did listen to me. But this is a great change. Your Ancient Teachings procs are going to heal your whole party. It's going to heal more people in raid. You're just going to do a little bit more healing, a little less overhealing. And, you know, I'm a big fan of that. I am a huge fan of that, and I think that these changes are good. Now, do they bring us into the meta? In terms of raid, I don't think it's going to change much. I think we're still going to do this similar amount of healing, if not maybe, I don't want to say a little less. I think it's gonna kind of balance out, channeling the Vivifies into the single target versus spreading out our Ancient Teachings. It might be a slight buff, actually. So because that Ancient Teachings, we're not going to overheal as much. So that's going to be really cool. But Ancient Teachings hasn't been as strong in raid in the past. So that's going to be interesting. Now, in terms of Mythic Plus, with this combined with the Evoker nerfs, if you don't know the Evoker nerfs, they're having some of their synergies that were kind of just like not hot fixed for a while. They're kind of having those changed. So we'll see how they kind of fall from grace. Druids aren't receiving much changes. So I don't know if this is going to make us meta. I think it's going to make it more reliable healing. Our spot healing is going to be a little different. I think we're going to have a good spot heal every 10 seconds, like a very instant spot heal. And that's good. That's kind of what you want Mythic Plus. So Who knows? I mean, we will see. I think our damage is still a little low. I think now that they've spread out this Ancient Teachings healing, they can kind of tweak our damage numbers. I would hope so. I hope that this spinning crane kick is not, or I hope it's an accident. I hope they just forgot to mention it. But all in all, I'm excited to see these changes. I'm actually excited to do keys again. There hasn't been a lot of key content or Mythic Plus content in a while on this channel, so this will kind of make me want to do that again. So let me know down below what you guys think about these changes and about this video. And make sure while you're down there to hit that subscribe button. If it's still red, you might as well click it. It's free to do so, and it helps me out a ton. Gets me closer to my goals of being a full-time YouTuber. So let's get to 2,000 in the next couple months. I really want to hit that number. I think it's doable, and it's up to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this far and listening to me rant or kind of just read through this and going through it together with me. But I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to get started on editing that first episode of the leveling video. So let me know down below what you guys want to see on levels 50 to 60. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.